It is such an important part of healthcare. I'm here with Dr. Manish Sadarangi. How did I do?
Perfect.
Okay. Who is the head of the Vaccine Evaluation Center at BC Children's Hospital. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to sit down with us. What is the Vaccine Evaluation Center? What do you do there?
Thank you. So it's a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon. So we really at the forefront of vaccine research in BC, and our goal is really to develop vaccines and build immunization programs to protect children as well as we can against infections.
So what kind of vaccines are we talking about?
So we're really talking about all the vaccines, and our research really goes from the molecule to the population. So we're really doing things to really understand at the molecular level how these vaccines are working and how we can use them better and how we can develop new vaccines, but also how well they work in a population after you start implementing a program.
Sonia sort of touched on this in that little video piece before us, but vaccines are such a hot topic right now. Why are they so important? What can you say to parents to convince them that it is a really important part of healthcare?
Yeah, so I think, vaccines have been really one of the most effective interventions, if not the most effective in the last century. And they have protected millions of people. And to me, it's really part of the social contract that we have. And so, we see children too frequently that are in intensive care, for example, who have infections that are prevented from vaccines. And children here in the hospital, for example, children who have cancer on chemotherapy, aren't able to have some vaccines. Yeah. And it's really, they are dependent on the rest of the population to have their vaccines to indirectly protect them.
Right, and now you're doing the research right here on the Children's Hospital campus, and that's really important too, that you've got that proximity.
Yeah, so it's a fairly unique setup here that we have our research labs right next door to the hospital, which really means that we can answer research questions that a lot of other people are not able to answer. And we can do research directly in patients, take samples, take blood from patients directly to the lab to try and understand how these vaccines are working.
So as you know, here on Miracle Weekend, we're trying to raise as much money as we can for BC Children's. What do those donations mean to the work that you and your team do?
So we really couldn't do the work that we do without the generosity of the donors to BC Children's. We rely on that to help support our staff, help to, if you look around people every day, the technology and the equipment in our homes is something that we wouldn't have had 10 years ago. And it's the same in the lab. We need to stay at the cutting edge of vaccine research. We need the new equipment, and we really rely on the donations to provide that.
Well, thank you so much for the work that you do, and thanks for being with us today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Dr. Manish Sadarangi, head of the Vaccine Evaluation Center. I'm just so proud that I got it right. Back to you.